Hey guys, it's Kevin with Spirit of Twilight. Today we're going to be wrapping a modern type of stone. We're going to be wrapping a Lapis Lazuli and also a red tiger's eye in titanium. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start off with our beautiful titanium wire from Parawire. So I'm using an 18 gauge and a 24 gauge from Parawire. And I'm going to be using maybe 6 inches for each stone. We'll start off with the lapis. Let's get my cutters. Go. I'm going to be using 3 equal pieces as my base. Go. And I'm going to be using the 24 gauge titanium. Probably a good 3 or 4 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and create my base for the bottom. My tail, hold it. Rub it a few times, keeping the 3 pieces of base wire as flat as possible. And we're just gonna wrap my tail around. So, make sure that it is centered, not move it over a little bit, and then crimp everything into place. Okay, now we're going to measure the bottom of the stone, or what you want to be the bottom of the stone. And so this one's a little wider on the bottom. We're going to continue the base wrap just a little bit. A little bit more. Comes out in place. Okay, so this basically is just shy of the bottom. Just looking at my equilibrium of my wrap for the base really quick. Okay, that looks good. Good, and put that in place. Everything is nice and snug. And we're gonna cut this wire on the backhand side so it's against the stone. I'm just gonna push that little tail piece into place. And this becomes the back so it lays flat against the stone and nobody gets hurt, which is a very, very important thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take my bare flat nose pliers and I'm gonna grip that bottom and just move these up on both sides. So, and this is going to be the bottom for our stone. Okay, so now I have the bottom. I'm just going to move the wires around stone like so. You know, it may not stay, and that's okay. And now we have the shape of the stone in hand. So we're gonna drop our stone out, grab the remainder wire that we have, make sure everything is laying flat again. And we're gonna start wrapping that wire. Wrapping that wire. Let's wrap the wire, wrap it. So we got these flat. I'm gonna wrap that maybe 3 or 4 times. We're gonna take the tail, and the tail, what you wanna do, you wanna push it down, but gently wrap the tail. Not very tight. And the reason for that is because you wanna create kind of like a transition of wire all the way down. So then we're gonna take our round nose pliers and we're just going to make a little loop out of this. So we get back to where the center is and grab our small nose pliers. Take that and push that in to place. And the reason why I curled it beforehand is so when you put it in and push down, it will lay flat. Then you can get it to stay the way that you want it to, like so. Okay. And now nobody's gonna get hurt by any wires sticking out. Flatten that out a little bit too. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our bail. And we're gonna take 2 wires, 1 from each side, in the front, and pull them to the side. Now that's gonna hold down the wires here so they don't slip. Okay? So now they're secure in place. Not permanently secured in place, but secured in place. Sure that's still in there. Okay, good. We're gonna take our wire that we had here. So this is gonna be more of a design that's modern. I'm just gonna move this one out along with that one. Okay. And as a matter of fact, I think I'll take all 3. So we're gonna move that one out, and use this or these 2 for the actual bail itself. So we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping our bail.
Now, this is going to be modern. I'm just going to do a very simple wrap around the 2 base wires like so. Keeping them as close together as I can and as straight as I can. If you want to wrap relatively tight, you have no doubts.
Up. I don't even know if I did that on or off camera. I apologize if it was off camera. And I'm gonna go ahead and just press these into place. And as I'm pressing down, I'm pushing towards the wrap that we just finished. So everything is set the way it's supposed to be. Now this one is sticking up a little bit, so let's take that and re-wrap it. There we go. Now it's a little tighter. And we're gonna take this bail and push it forward. And then take our pen, like we usually do. And create the bail very easily around the pen. Again, I do it by hand most of the time, but what the heck. So let's take our 2 wires here, we're gonna push them out and push the bail in. And then we have these wires left over, so we're just going to push those previous wires up and into place. by going around the upper portion of where the stone's going to be, so it stays flush. There we go. Okay, so now we've anchored these two pieces back here to the front. We have a very seamless looking bale, as you can see. The camera focus. Focus. A ton of focus. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it. Good grief. Technology is slow in this house. Okay, so we've got all that taken care of. So what I'm gonna do next is, just for safekeeping, is take these two pieces and put them through the part where the stone goes, or the setting. Okay. And I'm gonna move these out of the way now, since everything is wrapped. I'm gonna take this one and push it around this way, and this one and push it around the other way. Like so. Okay, we're still keeping that very modern look to the pendant, so you really want to watch your wires, make sure they're staying straight. If not, just go ahead and crimp them a little bit once you're done doing something. Then I'm going to do the same thing to this side, but since the other side was a lot shorter, I'm going to go ahead and cut this shorter as well. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just bring it around to the back. Pull that wire out of the way, our wrapping wire. And we're going to seal that off too. There we go. Sure this is still crimped and straight. There we go, so there's the front. So what I'm going to do next, since this is a more modern wrap, is I'm going to take this piece here and match it with my others. Or my... Now I'm going to anchor my actual stone. Alright, so this can be a little trouble when you're doing this, but we'll get through it. What we're going to do is take the stone out momentarily, open up your pieces on the side like so. Do that on both sides, okay? And we're going to anchor these towards inward, just a little bit. Now when I put the stone back in, it's gonna hold from the front. So now I need to do the same thing from the back. Take this, go over, a little bit, holding the wire, anchor it over. And you happen to notice that the bottom bent a little bit, and that's okay, we'll fix that. Yeah, so now your stone is pretty set. Not going anywhere. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna take this and push it down with my thumb so it's just more flush against the bottom of the stone. Remember, no stone is perfect, so yes, you're going to have to do that. And the stone actually looks very nice on both sides, so. And see what we can do about making this a dual-sided pendant. So being that this is going to be modern, I'm going to take these 3 pieces here and gently wrap it around. So, holding on to my wires so they don't move. Okay. Twist these in a way. Go. Gonna bend them back. Now, when you're working with multiple wires at the same time, it can become a little bit of a problem or problematic to bend them all at once, but do your best you possibly can. I'm just gonna anchor this into the bottom. So, okay, now these 2 won't reach the bottom, they're too short. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull that back over. I'm just going to swirl these into place. This one, actually, I can stick it right there. Okay. So now we have 3, but the 3 transitioned to 2 because the 1 piece, when I put it into underneath the setting here, it pulled, and it actually pulled back out, which is fine. Okay, so now this piece, I'm gonna pull it around the front, and then I'm gonna get a little funky with this. Yeah, make sure it doesn't cinch. So I'm going to lay this flat. Like so. The same thing. Over it. Very flat. Except for that. Thinking. Well, I think it's a little late to pull it back. And I'm going to anchor this back in here. Okay, so that looks like it is said and done. Snip this off. Wrap it around. Tuck that in, and then let's do a swirl. This one. Okay. And then this piece, I need to get that back in there. Doesn't look so good. There we go. Alright, so there we have it. Our modern Lapis pendant. Wrapped in titanium anti-tarnish finish with a copper core, and it could be worn on both sides if you want to. I would wear it on the front side definitely because it's pretty nice on the front side. The back side, it depends on the person that purchases it. Yeah, but the longer this sets, the more it'll settle and be ready to be sold on my website, thespiritofTwilight.com. Push that forward a little bit. Just make sure that snow doesn't fall out. Oh, there we go. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.